we've agreed to play Kent State for another 4 years. I don't know if my heart will take it. That was a fun basketball game for us, obviously coming away with the win. I really believe that Kent State is very well coached. I think Coach Starkey and his staff do a great job, and they're a program. They're not just a good team, they're a good program. And to be able to play them in the future is really good for us, and it's good for them. Today, we found a way, and what we did today is help prepare ourselves for when we get to February and March. I don't know if anybody in our league, and I haven't checked, but I don't know if there's anyone in our league that has played the amount of close games that we have, and is played in pressure situations. And that's what our non-conference schedule was built for. And we're really happy to get the win today. And I've never seen a stat where someone like Meg McConnell played all 50 minutes. I know I've never been a part of a game where someone's played the entire game and still had more in the tank. Meg's an incredible kid. But not just to single her out, there were many, many contributions from Tess making shots to Nay making shots, Amaya Hamilton coming in and really asserting herself, especially in the fourth quarter and the 2 overtime periods with 10 rebounds. After not laying a goose egg, if I remember correctly, at halftime in terms of rebounds. And also it was 5-2 in assists to turnovers. Precious didn't find herself back on the floor, but still, she was 2 for 3 when she was in there. And then Yanni came in after a long, cold rest and went 6 for 8 and was attacking and really aggressive. This was a good quality win, and we're really happy with the performance today, and we're going to enjoy it.
This last week now, you've had a couple of really good battles. Just at this point, is it what you learned about yourself as a team, or what you were able to reinforce about yourselves as a team?
That's a really good question. We have a lot to work on. Obviously, people know that I wasn't happy with that after our last game, our last win. But today I'm happy because we beat a really quality opponent and did it in a gritty way. But we have a lot of things to work on. There was a communications error at the end of the first overtime that is my fault and my responsibility, and that's something that I'll have to get better at. I had a screw up. We can't come out flat like we did. We were not flowing into our offense, which is a continuity type of thing that should happen right through transition, and instead we were stopping with the ball 30 feet from the basket. We're always better as a second half team, but that can't be as we move forward. We have to get better. There's lots of things we can improve upon, but we're gonna enjoy the W.
How much of a sign you put Journey out in the first overtime, 25 minutes? How much closer is she getting back into the full swings, and how much of it's also just wanting her to gel with this team and just continue to roll with her dynamics?
I think you answered your own question. She's got to gel with the team that she's playing with, and she's finding her way in that regard. Journey is a one-woman fast break. Once she gets the ball, she's the jet, and you can't stay in front of her. If we can find a way for her to get her eyes up a little sooner to make those layups, it's a huge advantage for us, because I don't know if we'll play anybody who's as fast as she is. And so, she's gaining confidence by getting minutes and having success in those minutes, and then playing through some errors. And that's something I have to be able to accept as she gains that confidence. And I'm happy with the way that she performed today.
You said playing through errors. That's something that Meg mentioned last game, that she was pleased that despite some errors that you guys were able to play through. Where do you find that balance with letting them play through the mistakes and just trying to go, hey, make this a coachable moment?
Some people have longer leashes than others. And some people, if you get into the game and you go on the floor and you don't know who you're guarding and your effort isn't immediately good, you're coming right back out. And some of that it's certainly success-based. It's also how hard you play. And so one thing that we have to understand, it's success-based. It isn't seniority. I've had that in the past. That's been me as a coach. I've trusted seniors and things like that. What I've found now is that I like the depth of this team, And if you don't want to perform and you're a junior or senior and you come out and you're lethargic, you're coming out and you might not go back in. You could get pipped, as we like to say. And I like to keep it positive, though. We've had people come into the game and give us immediate juice and give us success. And at Niagara, that was Gabby Grantham and helped us win the game. At Howard, it was Keandra. At Pitt, it was Keandra. No, I'm sorry. At Pitt, it was Keandra. At Howard, it was Precious Johnson with a double-double and eight blocks. So it can be anyone. And tonight, it was multiple people. But we can't start as slow as what we did, and we have to play the first 2 quarters the way that we played the fourth quarter.
Singling Meg out, 9 fouls drawn in the game. Just how crucial was that ability, that innate ability to just be there, know where she was, know the situation, and just be an example that way?
Meg's a great basketball player, as we all know. To shoot 50% from the field and have 13 rebounds and 20 points and a 6-to-1 assist to turnovers with an offense that was flat at times, and that's on our guys with lack of movement. I think she played an outstanding basketball game, and then defensively, as aggressive as she plays, to have 3 fouls and play smart. It speaks highly of what she is to us, and very frankly, the 50 minutes. I mean, there's a kid that, may never come off the floor. And we've got to manage that somewhat. Now, we have, the rest of the day. We're off tomorrow. We don't play till Thursday. But, we've got to find some time for her to be able to get some rest. And we've got to protect her in that regard also.
Coach, Tess Myers kind of looked like she found her struggle a little bit here in the second half and going towards into overtime. Really came up clutch in the fourth quarter with that the left wing 3 into overtime, hitting big shots. Kind of, does it feel like she's starting to get her groove back, and she's actually putting up shots and she feels more comfortable doing that?
You can see that she's more comfortable doing it. I don't know if I would call it a groove just yet. She's got to shoot a little higher percentage for me to call it a groove, but she's finding a little bit more comfort. And in the first 2 quarters, she turned down shots. And Tess can't turn down shots, especially when she can use a sidestep dribble and still get it off. And she's got to utilize, she practiced that all summer. She's got to utilize that more. I was disappointed in the fact that she wasn't rebounding. And, I would have liked to have seen her go to the glass early. But we stuck with her, and, she started to hit a couple shots. And when Tess hits those shots, a lot of times those are daggers. And in particular, those 4 tonight were daggers. And so I don't think she's quite in a groove, but I do find that she's got some comfort, and she's the dagger queen.
We've talked a lot about Nay's offensive ability, but she also made a couple of really nice defensive plays, including one at the end of the game, and it seemed like those were the plays that really made her smile the most. Just how far along do you feel she's come defensively? And just in the moment, she put 40 minutes out today. It shows just how much you have faith in her on both sides of the ball.
Well, Nay has been our best 3-point shooter, and she's been our leading scorer this year. Because of her size, people try to take advantage of her, and her play towards the end of the game to get her hands on balls were really heady plays. We've talked about pressuring the ball and being much more aggressive, and typically I give a lot of leash to Meg to leave her man to go and go for a steal, to dig. And Nay has that leash also, and she has never really utilized it a lot. But the last couple practices, you can see a change. And then obviously today in the fourth quarter, she made big game plays. And, Nay's a tough kid. She's a tough kid. And, she started 1 for 8 or 0 for 8 and finished 3 for 11. So, she's a kid that if it doesn't go in, she's going to keep shooting. And she should, because there's no one that has worked harder in my 27 years in that gym. And I trust every time that she shoots it that it's going in.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you for supporting women's basketball. Thursday, 11 a.m. at Longwood,
at La Roche.
Longwood at La Roche. Thank you.